fighting for just a dim greedy. From the crown of me head, top of man a natty. They flash like lightning, make me roll like sea. A good character in a personality. The sheriff and his deputy, the judge, the lawyer and the jury. By myself, have mercy, cause anything me done, I'm on a cool end. I'm just so cool end. I'm just so cool end.
Nothing goes together like the Heat and Miami as we get ready for an interconference contest here. The American Airlines Arena. Bringing you the NBA here on 2K Sports with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan. Welcome, everyone. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Durant, Ibaka, and Perkins compose the front court. Westbrook and Cephalosha in the backcourt. And for Miami, Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. Shane Battier is out there with LeBron James, and it's Turioff in at the 5 down low.
You know, fellas, this Oklahoma City team is built the right way. I mean, it's been done with patience through the draft. I mean, you've got to have some good fortune there when you're talking about the draft. The money's been spent wisely, and now I think they're starting to approach a finished product, a team capable of winning NBA titles for years to come. Certainly, they'll be contending for them, you would think.
Sure. Westbrook passes to Durant. Here's the 3. Some solid defense from Battier. And here's the fast break. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Scott Brooks. He told me that they need to play with the kind of intelligence and intensity on defense that has often been their trademark. He said, we win games with our defense. That's no secret. And that's exactly how we plan to win this one. Gentlemen?
Thank you very much, Doris. So it's mainly Clark and Steve about defense for them early on.
Well, you know what I mean. It's pretty simple. The fewer points you allow, the fewer you have to score for yourself. I mean, that's elementary.
Yeah, and particularly in this game, I think it makes sense. I mean, establish the defensive end of the floor, try to convert some buckets in transition off your defense, and try to take control of the game that way.
And for the Thunder, they've been a team that has preached defense first. And with the addition of Kendrick Perkins, that certainly adds now to a big, athletic, and physical, tough team up front, and really from top to bottom.
Yeah, and they've got a nice bench, too, Kevin. There's not a whole lot lacking on this roster. But what they have to do is improve from within. Last year, I thought they were exposed in the playoffs. They didn't get great shots. They didn't look fluid offensively. Those are areas that they can improve on.
Joel Anthony's checked in for Ronny Turner. Here's Durant. Wade outside. This one for 3. And it's Wade again missing. Shoots from 12. The Thunder with another miss. And Miami has possession.
How about Kevin Durant for Oklahoma City? So low maintenance. Signed that long-term extension with the Thunder. Doesn't mind playing in a smaller market. Just wants to play basketball and win games.
Well, that's a nice job on the boards to allow them a second high-quality look.
Mike Miller's checked in for Shane Batty. And here are the Thunder now. It's a three-point game. Steve, you mentioned Kevin Durant's extension with the Oklahoma City Thunder in a summer that saw all the fanfare around LeBron's decision, move to Miami. Durant's new contract, absolutely a low-key affair.
And that's his personality. The young fellas say, do you or be me. That's what you got to do. Not a big showman. That's not his nature. Loves the game, hangs out in the gym, homebody, works at it, gets home, gets off his feet. I mean, he's high performance, low maintenance. You love that.
A lot of good qualities.
Yeah.
Now here's LeBron following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Wade fires, and Westbrook pulls it down.
Wow, tough shot.
Very, very difficult. Boy, that was a high degree of difficulty. You probably make 20% of those.
What a season Westbrook had a year ago for Oklahoma City. So explosive and athletic when he became a big-time scorer for that Thunder team.
First one falls for him. Well, Steve was just talking about Westbrook and the Thunder, and Clark, he really led the way for them early last season when Durant was a little bit slow out of the gate.
Westbrook is a dynamic scorer. I mean, over the long run, I think it helped the Thunder because they knew for sure that even when Durant might be a little subpar in his performance, that they had another guy that could carry him offensively. And Russell Westbrook has proven to be capable in that area.
And that's his game right there, the determination to get to the bucket. You got to love the mindset.
James gets the reach-in call. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. First free throw is good.
Russell Westbrook has proven to be one of the best point guards in the NBA. Not just his scoring, but his ability to push the ball in transition. And he's a good leader for his teammates as well.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Wade. And Cole subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Here's Oklahoma City now. What you said about leadership in Westbrook, that is a must-have quality to possess as a point guard in the NBA.
And Kevin, if you're going to lead a team into battle, especially the Western Conference, you need a battle-tested guard, and the Thunder have that in Westbrook, and he's continuing to grow. We forget how young this guy is. I mean, he's got a lot of room to grow, and I'm excited to see what he becomes as he matures because he's already got a lot in that backpack.
Well, there are a few players you talk about as enthusiastic as you talk about Westbrook.
I loved him from the first time I saw him in a practice at UCLA, Kevin. He was a freshman. He was going up against Darren Collison, and he was aggressive. He didn't back away. You could tell the edges were a little rough, but you always would rather have rough edges that can be smoothed out than no edges at all. He's got tremendous ability. I love watching him work.
And you're asking a lot out of your teammate to try to handle that pass. I don't like that decision at all.
Boy, that's a wonderful read and react play to pick that pass off.
Miller gets called for the reach. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot two.
And the reason Kevin Durant is so difficult to guard, he's about 6'10", and about a 7'5" wingspan, and shoots the ball right over the top of defenders.
And the Heat making a change here. Wade's checked in. Derek Fisher's checked in for Oklahoma City. We talk about Durant's length and shooting ability. Most defenders, you're just not going to get that shot.
Not when a shooter like him has pretty much free reign to shoot anytime he wants to and over the top of most all defenders. I mean, that's a recipe for video game type numbers.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
And LeBron's numbers last season really slipped in the early part of the year as he tried to adapt to his new teammates and his new surroundings. But as the season went on, he became more and more effective. And that was one of the reasons he ended up with a career high in field goal percentage, right around 51% from the floor.
To the paint, Cole. And they call goaltending. They'll give him a bucket. Here's Fisher. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Collison, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Going back to what Steve was talking about with LeBron, if he's being more efficient, Clark, with the ball, I don't think he is too concerned with his numbers, with his totals.
Kevin, that's one of the beauties of LeBron James's game to me. He's interested in playing the game of basketball at the highest level. If that means giving it to another player who's open, he's fine with that. If that means taking shots, he's fine with that. I love the fact that he's comfortable in who he is and is not worried about what other people think he should be doing.
Pushes up. And the layup is good. 8 points for Kevin Durant. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
Here's the break. Unload from 9. Harden can't hit. To the middle. Deflected. Stolen by Durant. Here's Cephalosha, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Dwayne Wade.
Nice time to use that foul to stop the layup.
You know, if you can save just 1 point, that foul was the right move.
He hits both from the stripe. Poked loose and stolen by Fisher.
And I like the aggressiveness defensively, forcing that mistake.
And at the end of 1. And off we go. A close game now starting the second quarter. Here's Fisher.
You got to wonder, has Miami set off a bit of an arms race in regards to talent with what they were able to pull off last year? Are other teams going to look to stack stars just to try to keep up?
So with Westbrook on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. Ibaka at power forward with Perkins at center. Derek Fisher out there with Harden, and it's Cook in at the 3. Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, it's kind of ironic that the Heat and Celtics have become rivals in the East with Chris Bosh and Kevin Garnett facing up. Because growing up, Bosh modeled his game after KG. He said, coming up, I played for a lot of old school coaches. As a big man, I was told to get down low and stay there. Then I see KG, 6'11", doing all these things. I thought maybe it's okay to start working on my jump shot and ball handling. The first time I played him, I was a little in awe, but I had to put it aside. I would have gotten killed if I didn't. And I realized that I might be able to do some things that he is able to do. But he has that fire that I want to learn too. And guys, for the skinny big men, it sure helps to have a little bit of an edge.
Well, it sure does. Thank you, Doris.
And you can see similarities in their games. I mean, the Heat could definitely benefit from Bosh emulating KG at the defensive end.
Great matchup here. This game has gone back and forth.
Multiple lead changes, just a great game, guys. Last year, Dwayne Wade up to his usual tricks as he put up another great season, and we've certainly become accustomed to Well, his rebounding is certainly something this team has come to rely on.
Yeah, the fans have come to rely on him for those dunks for sure.
Well, and nobody was disappointed on that play.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation for the Thunder. Kevin Durant's checked in for Daquan Cook. Cephalosha comes in for James Harden. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Derek Fisher. Here's Westbrook. Second shot opportunity, and the basket good. Westbrook's got 11 points.
Kevin, well done there. Entry passes aren't the easiest ones to make, but they may be the most important ones.
And they're moving it up. Takes it right up. He connects. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing the turnover that time, guys. It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
No luck.
He should make that one, guys. He had a pretty good look at the basket, just couldn't get it to go.
Got that one up quick.
So many things that this guy can do with the ball.
Chalmers is tagged with the reach. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Heat. Joel Anthony's checked in for Turi. LeBron comes in for Udonis Haslem. And Cole subbed in for Dwayne Wade. And the Thunder also making a change. Harden's checked in. 13 feet out. A nice shot by LeBron. LeBron's now got 10 points.
You know, you take a look at the makeup of the Heat and the offensive numbers last year. Not a ton of assists, but a lot of free throw attempts. FTAs, we call them. Seemed like they just played to their strengths, and a lot of that was isolating their star players. Tell you what, the defense wasn't backing down there because usually he can use his strength to fight through contact.
Miller gets the whistle for blocking. That's his third foul of the game.
A little too much body on that one, and that's going to be a block.
Always a hard thing to judge, but I agree with you, Steve. Clearly a block.
James Jones, he's checked in for the Heat. Here is Harden, looking for his first bucket of the game. Westbrook with it, misses the layup. Clark, you mentioned that stat about the Heat. Steve, surprising they didn't have more assists.
Well, they didn't have a true point guard running things. Mike Bibby was more of a jump shooter, same with Chalmers. But I think a lot of it is that they play very isolation-heavy basketball, as Clark mentioned. Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. Well, one of the things that was key to the Miami Heat's success was Coach Eric Spoelstra showing his level-headedness throughout the turbulent season last season. His calm demeanor helped him what was a season under the microscope. Dwayne Wade said of Spo, one thing I always said about Coach Spo is he's even. He's even keel. He never gets too high or too low. And that is what helps this team win games, guys.
Thank you, Doris. A lot of coaches wouldn't have been able to deal with the season the Heat had last year.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs, and even in that finals matchup against Dallas, Spoelstra kept his cool.
And you know, guys, with LeBron's size, I don't think he gets the most out of his post game. It's not something that he's developed down there. He doesn't have a go-to move, not a turnaround jumper or a jump hook. And as a result, he hasn't fully realized his potential yet.
Going back to LeBron and his size, there was talk when he came to Miami, Clark, that he would play, power forward, but is there a position maybe he cannot play?
Well, that's the thing with me, Kevin. His versatility is such that you have a lot of different ways you can utilize him. His size, his speed, his strength, his basketball acumen and IQ, all of that allows you to play LeBron where he can be most effective on a game-to-game basis.
Durant for three. Durant with another miss.
And I think whichever team starts to dominate the glass could really take control of this game.
I won't disagree with you. I mean, it's so tight between these teams right now on the board that you're just waiting to see which team might pull away.
And the rejection by LeBron. The Heat trailed by three. Guarded now by Durant. 27 seconds left in the first half of basketball.
Oh, watch out below. Run for cover, young fella.
Aggressive transition game leads to the easy hoop.
Yeah, I love to see these guys just trampolining to the hoop.
The Thunder leading by 5.
Now running a little bit of time off. Looks like they're going to play for the final shot.
Steve, you're right. If nothing presents itself, hold for one.
dishes it to Collison. It's stolen by Wade. Battier kicks to LeBron. Lays it in off the breakaway. LeBron's now got 6 in the quarter.
He's gotten himself involved in just about every aspect of this game.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic all-around performance, guys.
Live from Miami, we're back in a moment.
35.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Here's Westbrook.
Look, I mean, the Thunder 2 seasons ago managed to give the Lakers a run for their money in the first round, but in this last season's playoffs, they put the league on notice that their sights were and are much higher.
Chalmers and Wade are the 1 and the 2. Turiev out there with LeBron James, and it's Battier in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat.
I think he anticipated that the defense would be there, and that's why he leaned in like that.
I think, Clark, around the league, the Thunder have been held up as the example of how you build a contender from the ground up. They certainly, Steve, lived up to that praise, I thought, this past season.
Yeah, they really seem to have all the pieces that a team needs to contend for a championship. A star player in Kevin Durant, great point guard, and Russell Westbrook. They've got complementary pieces as well. And now it's just a matter of letting this team grow and move forward together. And, you know, one of the reasons Oklahoma City traded for Kendrick Perkins last season was it allowed them to slide Serge Ibaka to the starting power forward role. And he's ready. A long, athletic defender at 6'10". He's a really good player.
Speaking of Serge Ibaka, he picked up the game late in life, and he's still developing his awareness, certainly on offense.
Yeah, I think you'd have to call him a raw prospect offensively. And that being said, Kevin, he's got pretty...
They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Now, that's a special order right there.
Not everybody can camp off a dunk like that.
Yeah, very difficult maneuver, but a tremendous one if you can pull it off.
Second chance shot. James.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
When the Heat struggled early on last season, Erik Spoelstra was unfairly thrown on the hot seat. He kept his cool, though, very impressively, and the Heat turned their season around and quieted down. That's a credit to Spoelstra.
James Harden, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's LeBron, drops in the breakaway layup. LeBron's now got 4 this quarter.
Great job taking that one all the way to the hoop.
Yeah, he made the D look non-existent and foolish there.
And Ibaka kicks to Harden. Out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Back to Spoelstra of Miami. Clark, with the way the Heat finished, you have to think things will change. I know, Steve, you were very impressed the way he managed that team in the postseason.
Yeah, I thought Erik Spoelstra was great. Now, a lot of people are focusing on the final series when Rick Carlisle stole the show, but to be fair to Spoelstra, he inherited a very difficult situation with a lot of talent but huge expectations. And I think Miami had a solid year, a very good year. The question now is, can they get back to the finals and finish the job? Well, Oklahoma City has been gradually improving over the last 2 seasons, and one of the things they've done better at is winning on the road. Last year, 25-16, one of the very best marks in the NBA.
Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. It's tipped. Miller, right side. And the rejection by Perkins. Here's Westbrook. Straight up. And he makes good on the layup. Westbrook's got 19 points. For the Thunder, that continued improvement on the road, and Stevie just said 25-16. Clark, one of the signals of their growth into a legitimate contender.
Well, Kevin, they've got a lot of the things you need to have to win on the road. They rebound the basketball. They're a good free throw shooting team. They've got the best scorer in the league, one of the best scorers in the league, named Kevin Durant. And they can put the ball in the basket as a team. Again, I really think you've got to be able to score when you go on the road. Offensively, you've got to be able to put pressure on the home team's defense. And Oklahoma City has that capability.
The Thunder leading by 9. Pushing it up. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Well, for the Heat, they've really struggled against Durant.
He has 8 points and 4 steals. You know, the big three in Miami had a tremendous amount of success in year one. They didn't reach the 70-win mark, which I think was crazy for people to be talking about anyway, but they still managed to get 58 of them.
Durant hits them both. Back to the Heat. 30 of those wins were at home. Very strong team, Steve, in Miami.
That home record was good for third best in the Eastern Conference, and I think they're actually looking to improve on that record this year.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
You knew the big three when they came together, guys, that they would be good. But they did a pretty decent job, I thought, of finding complementary players to fill out the roster after a big chunk of the salaries went to the big three.
Well, unfortunately, he just has not been able to produce offensively to this point.
Westbrook kicks to Harden. They're moving it around. Durant for 3, and the shot is good. Durant's got 13. Well, back to the Heat, and Clark, you're right. They searched out vets that knew how to fill it and need and really build a team around the stars.
Well, and that's critical because anytime you have the core group together, it's about finding role players who are going to accept their responsibilities on the team and accept the fact that sometimes they're not going to see the minutes that they would otherwise like. But they handled it well. They got a good roster around their stars, and it paid off.
You know, even though it's transition, boy, that dunk got everybody up off their seat.
Oh, they're loving it, aren't they, Steve?
Well, how could they not? I mean, he put the cherry on top of the sundae on them.
You can't say enough about his individual performance. I don't think you can overstate it. I mean, even if the all-around team effort's been lacking, this guy's been on top of things.
There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's LeBron, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Kevin Durant.
There's a lot of contact there. Good call.
You know, he bothered his shot, but he's still got a pair of free throws out of it. You look at Oklahoma City, and the Thunder were especially tough against the Eastern Conference last season. I mean, 22-8 against the East. In fact, only the Spurs and the Bulls had a better record when playing the opposite conference.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Haslam comes in for Shane Battier, and it's Chalmers in for Mike Miller.
He's probably better suited sending the ball back out to a teammate because that's not his game right there.
From deep, LeBron. Fisher grabs the board.
Well contested shot, and they did an excellent job of not fouling the shooter.
Defense is about effort and commitment and discipline. He's a good defender because of those things.
That will count. Wade. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game. Here's Wade. You know, I didn't know that about the Thunder. They've gone, 22-8 against the East now, 2 consecutive seasons. Steve, pretty impressive.
Yeah, complete turnaround, too, from a few years ago when they were really struggling against everybody. But this young talent gelling, moving forward, getting better and better each season. And last year, you're right, Kevin, they dominated the East.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. Ibaka at power forward, with Perkins at center. Harden out there with Derek Fisher, and it's Collison in at the small forward position. And the second free throw, good. Here's Wade. And it's Harden picking him up. Goes up the baseline. Good. 6 points for Wade.
You know, he's been ice cold up until that bucket. I mean, he needs to have some patience and just take what the defense gives him. Don't try to force anything here. Not stop. There's no way to stop that. I mean, there's nothing you can do when he's coming at him like that.
Well, that's right, Clark. Steve, he is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Yeah, especially when he gets to that launching pad right there in the lane. I mean, a pretty one-handed finish. That was nice. second chances, such a huge part of his game. He's really good on the offensive glass.
The Thunder leading by 8. And Fisher kicks to Ibaka. Over Haslam. Rebounded by Chalmers.
Man, a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot.
Great positioning on the putback. Haslam's got 4 points now in the quarter.
It's been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all. Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
Braun, he's checked in for the Heat. Miller comes in for Shane Battier. And then for Oklahoma City, Kevin Durant's checked in for Collison. Cephalosha comes in for James Harden. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Derek Fisher. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He hasn't been happy with their shot selection. He told them, we're forcing things out there, guys. Space the floor, make the extra pass, work for the open shot. In the flow of our offense. We'll see if they heed that advice, Kevin.
He hits the second from the line. So here's Westbrook. And stolen by LeBron.
He had a really good first half, guys, but since that time, he's struggling to take care of the ball. Defense wasn't able to get back fast enough to contest.
Well, they were caught flat-footed after committing the turnover that time, guys.
Here's Westbrook. Shot no good. And Miami will go the other way with the ball. And here's Miller outside. Goes back up. Haslam can't get it to go.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
That's one nice jam right there. I mean, make no mistakes. Just throw it down with both hands.
Good point. Took care of business simply and solidly. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. No good on that one. A different look for Miami. Joel Anthony's checked in for Miller. And Shane Battier subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Good on the second. Second free throw. Here's Westbrook. Haslam is whistled for reaching in. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Westbrook. Rebounded by Anthony. The Heat trail by 6. The shot by LeBron, no good. And here are the Thunder now. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Ibaka playing well. He has 9 rebounds, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
Yeah, and I think that's been important because it's established a nice defensive presence for his team.
And the Heat making a change here. Wade's checked in. The Thunder also with a sub. James Harden. He's checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. And he sinks the second. Here's LeBron. Defended by Ibaka. Baseline J on the way. LeBron shot is off. The Thunder leading by 7. Shoots from the line. And it's Durant, that time on the assist from Ibaka. 17 points for Kevin Durant. Guys, they've been getting it done.
They sure have been. I mean, really looking good and sharp offensively.
Yeah, knocking down the open shots and really getting a nice flow to their game. Oh, they're now +5 in the rebound category, really controlling the glass.
And rebounding is one of those non-glamour stats. I mean, it takes work and effort and tenacity and physicality. But when you look at the scoreboard, you can see the correlation.
Westbrook dishes to Durant. Westbrook passes to Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Still trying to get into the swing of things here offensively. It just has not happened for him here.
And it ends up out of bounds. Clark, they can burn some clock if they want to.
Yeah, and maybe buy a little oxygen while they're doing it.
Westbrook kicks to Perkins. Outside Durant. Moving it around nicely. The dish to Perkins. 5 to shoot. The jump hook. Here's Westbrook. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Mario Chalmers picks one up. Good on the first, and that will push the lead to double digits. And so Westbrook makes them both. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The 3 from LeBron. Shot no good. So Oklahoma City will take it the other way. And it's Westbrook missing.
That's going to do it. I don't think they have enough time here now.
This one's in the book.
And it's good. And that's 31 points for LeBron.
Well, he's their top scorer, but the defense has forced him into a tough shooting game. We'll have to shoot better for them to win.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Chalmers against Westbrook. Beyond the arc. Can't get the 3 to fall. Heaves it up. Misses there. So it's Oklahoma City picking up the win.